Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and welcome back to PCM24 Yeti, episode 24. We are back in Turkey once again, stage 2 of 4. This is the harder of two races that we have going on simultaneously, but we have our better riders here. The good news about this opportunity is you've got a breakaway that had a 3.5 minute break. It's down to 2.5, so it is coming down already. It might make it challenging, but if you can get through this double climb, this one long, arduous mountain, if you could get through it with your team intact, you're setting up a sprint finish, and that is a place that we can excel. 81 kilometers left in this one. It's a fairly short stage. It's a rigorous stage. It's not going to be easy, so it really depends on how much firepower we have left once we get over the top. We've got one rider out the back already. The breakaway has been joined. There's others that have attacked. I didn't even see them slip off the front. Gotta watch out for that one. Got 72k left to go, and we are definitely not going to make it with our full team. That is getting clearer and clearer by the second. We're going to have hardly anybody left at the top of this thing. Let's hope that it's a very small group then at the end of this one. Front group split up. Just 4 left, and we've caught most of the riders that were away. I still have my full team, and we're almost done climbing. We're inside 60k. This would be the time to go get water, but yeah, don't see that happening right now. Breakaway pulling out a little more advantage. Little recovery. All we have to do is get through this next little climb, though you don't really properly descend immediately. But just 300 meters to go. There you go. We've reached the top. And we do. We have our whole team with the descent coming, and the peloton definitely not fully intact. Some riders are out the back, and you would figure some of those would be sprint types. Front group's been caught. But Saiken has been dropped. He's one of the riders that's gone out the back. But otherwise, we have everybody here. And we are going to get water with Zipanati now. 26k. We're going to have to set up that sprint train fairly soon. But we need Zipanati to finish his job. Come on, buddy. Come on. Done. Okay. And 18k to go. First stage out. 19th was the best we could pull together. I think our odds are a little bit better today, and with that little downhill and into the flat, we definitely want to be pushing pretty hard. But as we hit the bottom here, we'll back off just a little bit to a 97. If we can maintain a front position, I like our chances certainly better today than what we had in stage number 1. Now 13k left. Field has split. We have split. We have split the field. We are definitely going to try to do the 99 thing from here on out, all the way to the finish line to stay away.
There are just 10 kilometers left.
We've opened it to 30 seconds. 44 seconds. The gap is growing. We are going to keep cycling through our riders. Never mind the sprint. I don't care who takes the win. We are looking for that win. 53 seconds. One rider attacks the field.
It seems to be catching.
4.5k.
Last 5 kilometers.
Hold that thought. Let's see, 3.9. We're going to slip behind. No, all the way to the back. We're going to start sprinting. Abdullah. Shu. Ubers. I have no idea what the gap looks like right now. I have no idea what it looks like, but Altringarl is going to win it. Comfortably going to win it. We are hanging on away from the field. That's a victory. Grunland. Zhu, Lubers, Abdullah, top 5, and Cincinnati's even going to hang on for 6th before everybody else comes in. We got a little separation because we went high tempo early when the others weren't set, and I think a lot of this came down to the fact that this was a hills stage on paper. We turned it into a sprint stage. They weren't prepared to ride at that effort level, and however we got that little separation, at that point it was just ride, and we turned 20 seconds into a minute, and we turned it into a victory. And as a 0.1 race, that's going to be our last Pop 2. The wheel's going to spin, but there's one choice and one choice only. We are going to add numerous Pop 2 nations from Africa. "12 nations in all join the fray, with Angola, Benin, Burkina Faso, Cameroon, Egypt, Gabon, Ivory Coast, Kenya, Mauritius, Namibia, Senegal, and Tunisia. And all of the Pop 2 nations are now in the pool. Every single one of them across the world. That also concludes any 0.1 racing, including this race. I will not need to finish this one off. We'll let the AI do the job, hopefully. Right now we should be in a position to probably win the overall, but I'll let that one play out on its own. Our focus now for the remainder of this season, the pro races, the Pop 3 ones. We're still seeking 3 more wins in that department, but we are now into Continental Pro races and above. The Continental stuff, completely done. So I've moved on to Portugal. Pro mission Pop 3 is well and truly on. We need 3 more victories in this category, and that's all that's left to do this season. Today is our biggest objective of the year for the sponsor. They need a stage top 5. I'm hoping we could get that done today, but this is a rather challenging field. Quite challenging field. There's a 79 sprinter. Van der Poel is here. There's immense quality. Van der Poel's got like an 83 acceleration, though his sprint is in the mid-70s. It's going to be hard to get a win at this race. I get that feeling. But here's the thing. I'm excited by something different that we haven't seen previously. Dating back to last season, we had 3 sprinters and 3 sprinters only. And unless we went in with the fitness peak, with the objective, the race day condition just wasn't normally there. One guy might have it, and that would be our guy on the day, but then his lead out would be weak. Today, 5 sprinters. I have 5 sprinters at this race. As a result, Grönland, with his -2, and amazingly the only one in red today, we're not in any danger. He is out of the mix completely. He's going to be an early lead-out rider. In fact, we're going to make him go first. So with 20 kilometers to go here, we're going to set up our train here fairly soon. But the benefit is a Red Walters on a 0 race day condition doesn't even have to be part of the sprint train, where he is one of our multi-win guys from last season. That is the depth. That is the addition that we have. And I'm going to set up my train now. Breakaway has just a half minute. Traffic is heavy right now. We couldn't find the open space. End up having a couple of riders going backwards, blocking us, costing us a ton of ground. And look at these sprint trains. I mean, these are entire team sprint trains. So as Grönland gets into some space and hopefully can start to stretch things, there we go. There's Hallinan coming through, but we're down to 13.8k already. And he's... How much red bar got used just to try to get up into position? Jeez, you guys. 11k. Still haven't caught the front 4. There's a little hill on the way towards the finish. Okay, 10k. We are just too slow. These teams are too strong. You can see it. We can't even get in position. We can't even get position. Okay, with Walters, we're going to start going 99. 99 from here on out. Is it enough to get forward? Lubers, what's going on, dude? Got to be in position here. And that is not it. 6K. We're already on our last 4 riders.
We're into the last 5 kilometers.
Walters is done. On to Lubers. We have the train intact, but we can't get out front. This is not going to go well. This is not going to go well. This is not going to be our day. 3K. There's the little hill. Hopkins sprinting over the top. 2.3K. It's a little early. Just a little bit early, but it's our only shot. Hopkins did get a very good lead out for Zhu. Zhu, that's going to be a top 5. That is going to be a top 5. It's not a win, though. It's not a win. Brennan takes it. Zhu gets 4th place. The sponsor objective taken care of. As we come into the final 30K, this stage does not suit us well, and we're lucky to have anybody. We'll be lucky to have anybody with the final grouping at the finish line with a lot of climbing, especially with like a Matthew Van Der Poel type at this race. Minute 40 behind the breakaway of 5 riders. 1 rider who crashed is out the back, but otherwise the intensity so far hasn't done too much damage to the field, but it's definitely left guys a little bit on the fatigue side. It turns out that the race day condition yesterday that I was going, yeah, it was pretty decent. No, it wasn't actually. It was kind of poor. It turns out that this was the major race on the calendar for this first 3 months of the year, and so I actually turned it into a objective for every single rider that's here. This was the first race that I planned out on the calendar. So as we go over the top there, everybody's expected to have a +2. We have not had that. We did not have that in stage 1. We definitely do not have that here today, though today is definitely a little bit better on that. And actually, I think we're kind of okay. Sophia's got a +3. Zhu's got a +2, so that's +5. But a -3 for Lubers. -1 for Walters and Hopkins each means we're actually neutral. Neutral's not bad. Anyway, let's get this thing back under control. And I need to kind of figure out who's at the back and why. Grunland is definitely supposed to be protecting somebody. Zhu is not who he is protecting. He's also supposed to protect, as is Lubers. Sophia was the one on his own, I believe. And those were the 3 we're supposed to be protecting, who are just the better climbers? Yes, that is the case. And we've abandoned them. So let's unabandon them. And it was Sophia on his own. We're through the first kind of double climb. We're going to get a very short break here as we go downhill. But then we're going to turn right around and go up again. We'll get another short break with some undulation before we go into the finishing climb. And like I said, it's already not looking good for us. At this point, as we're trying to get back up into position, Lubers is getting there a little bit faster. But our front 3 are already struggling to just keep up. 3 riders left at the front. Is that the breakaway riders or is that attacks? No, that is the breakaway riders. Magnus Sheffield, a few guys going up. Pagacher's here. Oh my gosh. Leknesund is here. It's not just a Matthew Van Der Poel situation. This is, we are massively in over our heads on this race. And we are not going to get support for those 3. Sophia is done. Zhu is done. He's not going to make it anywhere near. Lubers is done. Grunland is done. Okay, so reassessing. I have 3 riders at the front. I need to protect somebody. Hopkins is definitely not the guy. The best climber today is Hallinan. So Hopkins will gel and protect Hallinan. Walters will take over. There you go. A little bit of recovery here, but it's not much of a descent because we're going to hit another hill and then recover again shortly thereafter. Down to 25 in the peloton, though, so we're guaranteed a top 25. Last 2 riders in the breakaway were just caught, and they sat up until somebody decides it's time to attack. It allows the peloton to come back together a little bit. So now it's 50 riders here at the front. A little bit of recovery for us was definitely helpful. I don't think we're going to do too well with this climb to come, though. It just does not seem like we're strong enough at this stage. Just try to help Hallinan stay in place. Every little acceleration has been really hard for us. There's another occasion of sitting up. We're riding at a 90 and see how fast these guys are just like riding away from us. We have no intention of following any attacks. This is more of just trying to hang on. But there's separation due to a 90 effort not being enough to hold position. And now we are left riding just the three of us. We've been ditched. So 15 riders ahead. We are 16, 17, and 18 solo on the road trying to regain that position. Hopkins is done and he's going to fall off. We catch the group ahead, but the group behind somehow makes contact at roughly the same period. Hallinan and Walters, bye guys, bye. We're done. We're done. There's nothing I can bother to fix with. We're toast. Lenny Martinez takes the win ahead of Pogacar. Vlasov Foth. Look at this field. This is insane. That top 10 is just loaded with talent. And Red Walters finishes behind Leonard Kamna. Hallinan in 20th. 19th and 20th for us is a damn good finish considering the field. It's going to be really hard. There's really only 3 opportunities at this 5-stage race. The sprint stage and 1. Stage 3 and 5, maybe a chance for us. Stage 4 is a time trial. Today, obviously, was never going to feature us challenging. Today is the one that feels like our best chance. I still think we're too overmatched here. But if something's going to happen, today's the day for it. For a few reasons. One, a couple of our guys have started their fitness peaks. The expected race day condition has risen significantly across the board for the team, but we still managed to get a positive draw as we get down to 15K. And other than Hopkins, everybody's got a good positive, at least a +2, multiple +4s and 5s. We're looking very good competitively. Going to give us a better chance. We need Walters to squeeze on through and bring the team forward, but we're getting there. 13K to go. Next reason, we just had an intermediate sprint at 20K. All the top sprinters just went for it and expended a bunch of energy. Additional reason, despite being a fairly flat stage, the breakaway was given enough of an advantage that the chase has been hard. You can see everybody's got fatigue in their legs. You throw that fatigue combined with that intermediate sprint, and there's a good chance that a number of the opposition are not going to be competitive today. Certainly some of them are ready to go, but some of them aren't, and that's going to give us a chance. One more reason as we get Hallinan on the go here in just a second. We'll go at 97 now. Shu has leveled up. We have a 75 overall sprinter. His acceleration only a 72. His flat rating, his punchiness is all terrible. We're catching that breakaway group. The peloton is split in half, so there's a lot of riders not here. But Shu has leveled up. Today he's got a 77 overall sprint. That still doesn't match up with what others have, but sorry, let's go. 9K, 98. Yeah, four riders, man. That's cutting it close. That is cutting it close. Okay, Walters, let's go, bud. Get us out there.
The lead over the pack is dwindling. While the pack is getting close to the finish
all together at the front. Walters is going fast enough to get out there. 73 is like just enough. But we're down to our final 3 guys, and oh, that's not what I was trying to tell you to do. Gel and gel. 5.5K. I worry about the number of riders I have left to contribute
5
here.
kilometers to the finish line.
4.5K. 99. Not that well positioned. 3K. Others are swarming us right now because it's only a 71 for Lubers, and he never even got to sprint. So Greenland is coming through. 2K, starting early. Shu gets swallowed up. So Greenland gives the lead out we need, and Zhu caught in traffic, can't squeeze through, and we'll get nowhere near on this one.
He snatched
Unfortunate.
victory in
El
that
Grosso
last
takes the
finish.
win.
He can thank his teammates who let him out in
Vandenberg's
perfect
third.
conditions.
Bitziger. Maurice. Jay
We're
Vine
waiting
gets
for the
8th, though.
tailenders who continue
We
to
should have been able to
arrive.
beat Jay Vine. Grönland gets 13th. Zhu gets 14th. He finally just catches him in the end. Hopkins gets 16th. Looks like this race is not going to be where a victory comes from, but there's a lot of encouraging things. The biggest, of course, the long-term benefit of Zhu leveling up. We now have 4 lead-out guys and a proper sprinter. He's still not great, but over and over again we've been going, who's the best sprinter? A 75 base. Well, we have a 75 base. He still doesn't match it with the acceleration, but we have somebody who has some pace. On a flatter stage, he's going to be pretty effective. On a good race day condition, he's going to be competitive. That level up, Zhu has jumped from 3 stars to 4. He got an entire star for that one, for his evaluation rating. I love it. He's still not good. That's overall, he's our weakest sprinter, but he's our fastest guy. 4K to go on the final stage, and we are not going to be competing for this one. The peloton split 20 different times, and we were not in the front group when it began, and it just got worse from there. So very high intensity stage here. The breakaway is still hanging on until Pogacar comes flying through with 1K to go. He's got some separation as he heads for the line to claim victory with Sheffield for second, ahead of Van der Poel, Vlasov, and that's this race done. That's also this episode done. That's going to do it for this one. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.